Senusret I, also anglicized as Sesostris I and Senwosret I, was the second pharaoh of the 12th dynasty of Egypt. He ruled from 1971 BC to 1926 BC and was one of the most powerful kings of this dynasty. He was the son of Amenemhat I and his wife Nefertitanen. His wife and sister was Neferu. She was also the mother of the successor Amenemhat II. Senusret I was known by his prenomen, Kepakari, which means, the car of Re is created. He continued his father's aggressive expansionist policies against Nubia by initiating 2 expeditions into this region in his 10th and 18th years, and established Egypt's formal southern border near the Second Cataract, where he placed a garrison in a victory stele. He also organized an expedition to a western desert oasis in the Libyan desert. Senusret I established diplomatic relations with some rulers of towns in Syria and Canaan. He also tried to centralize the country's political structure by supporting nomarchs who were loyal to him. His pyramid was constructed at El-Lisht. Senusret I is mentioned in the story of Senusret, where he is reported to have rushed back to the royal palace in Memphis from a military campaign in Libya after hearing about the assassination of his father, Amenemhat I. Building program. Senusret I dispatched several quarrying expeditions to the Sinai and Wadi Hammamat and built numerous shrines and temples throughout Egypt and Nubia. During his long reign, he rebuilt the important temple of Re-Atum in Heliopolis, which was the center of the sun cult. He erected 2 red granite obelisks to celebrate his year 30 Hebsed Jubilee. One of the obelisks still remains and is the oldest standing obelisk in Egypt. It is now in the Al-Masala area of Al-Matari district near the Ain Shams district. It is 67 feet tall and weighs 120 tons or 240,000 pounds. Senusret I is attested to be the builder of a number of major temples in ancient Egypt, including the Temple of Minot-Koptos, the Temple of Satet-on-Elephantine, the Month Temple at Amont, and the Month Temple at Eldod, where a long inscription of the king is preserved. A shrine with fine, high-quality reliefs of Senusret I was built at Karnak to commemorate his year 30 jubilee. It has subsequently been successfully reconstructed from various stone blocks discovered by Henry Chevrier in 1926. Finally, Senusret remodeled the Temple of Khonti-Amentu Osiris at Abydos, among his other major building projects. The royal court. Some of the key members of the court of Senusret I are known. The vizier at the beginning of his reign was Neithsabes, who is known from many inscriptions and from his tomb next to the pyramid of Amenemhat I. He seems to have held this office for a long period of time and was followed by a vizier named Senusret. 2 treasurers are known from the reign of the king, Sobekatep and Mentuhotep. The latter had a huge tomb next to the pyramid of the king, and he seems to have been the main architect of the Amun temple at Karnak. Several high stewards are attested. 4 is known from several stelae and from an inscription in the Wadi el-Hudi, where he was evidently the leader of an expedition for amethyst. One of the stelae is dated to year 9 of the king. A certain Nak followed in office attested around year 12 of the king. He had a tomb at Lisht. A certain Antef, son of a woman called Zataman, is known again from several stelae. One dates to year 24, another one to year 25 of Senusret I. Another Antef was the son of a woman called Zatissa and was most likely also high steward in the king's reign. Succession. Senusret was crowned co-regent with his father Amenemhat I in his father's 20th regnal year. Towards the end of his own life, he appointed his son Amenemhat II as his co-regent. The stele of Neferu is dated to the 44th year of Senusret and the 2nd year of Amenemhat. Thus he would have appointed him sometime in his 43rd year. Senusret is thought to have died during his 46th year on the throne, since the Turin canon ascribes him a reign of 45 years.